So in today's video, we were going to be taking a look at digital audio tape. You can see I've got some Studio Masters and a blank DAT tape here, but unfortunately I've lost the footage for some parts of that video. So while I re-record that footage, today we'll be taking a look at the LaMetric Time, an internet-connected smart clock. Now, I've been wanting to get one of these LaMetric Times for a while now, but they were unavailable on Amazon, so I kept checking and finally they came available again, so I picked one up. Now you can see, looking on the back of the box here, there are a lot of different apps you can get, such as Twitter and weather, and there are many more apps available from the LaMetric App Store. Now please excuse the video cuts in this next segment as my camera was being very uncooperative. Opening the box, you'll see that the very first thing you see is of course the clock, and after unwrapping it from the plastic, you can see there are 3 buttons on the top, a left arrow, a right arrow, and the select button. On the right side is the power button. On the back you have micro USB and headphones, and on the left you have the volume controls, as the clock does have built-in speakers. Going further inside the box, you get this quick start guide which tells you how to set up the clock using the app on your phone, and this is compatible with Android and iOS. The app is available on both app stores, and you also get a micro USB power lead, and you've also got a US style power brick, as well as UK and European adapters if you live in those countries. I won't be needing those though, as I'm in the US. We'll start by plugging the micro USB into the back here. Now when I first got this clock, I thought, oh, it'd be nice if it had USB-C, but after thinking about it, I thought, well, this clock isn't something you're going to be plugging in and unplugging on a regular basis like your phone, so in this case, micro USB is probably the best solution, probably a cheaper alternative to USB-C. Now that we've got it plugged in, we'll go ahead and power it up, and you can see as soon as it starts, it displays the LaMetric logo. And it's now going through its startup process, and this takes a minute, so we'll skip through this. Now that the startup process is complete, it's waiting to connect to Wi-Fi, but of course it doesn't have a Wi-Fi network set up yet, so I'll just grab my phone and we'll get it connected up to the internet. So in the app here, under the Add New LaMetric Time, we'll just pick the one that matches our clock here. And I'll enter my Wi-Fi password off camera so that we can get connected to the internet. And there we go, the connection process has started. It'll just take it a second to connect up to the network. And there we go, we're now online and it's automatically updated the time. Now in the app here, you can see there are the various icons for the apps that the clock has installed by default. There's a clock, weather, an internet radio, stopwatch, and a timer. And you can drag to rearrange the apps and show what order they'll appear on the clock face. You can also change what app is currently being displayed from your phone. And under the settings menu, you can change between Fahrenheit and Celsius, or standard and metric units for the different measurements. And you can set the clock to either display one app or cycle through the apps. Under the clock here, I wanted to show you can actually change the clock face. And it's not quite what you're thinking. These are all user-created clock faces, and you can actually create your own through the LaMetric Designer app. Let's pick the Pac-Man one, and we'll switch back to the clock here in just a moment. You may notice that cycling through various things, the weather app can display wind speed, humidity, and precipitation along with the forecast for the day. And Pac-Man is now scrolling by on the screen. But let's go into the App Store. Now there are various apps on the store, paid and free. I'm going to enable the YouTube subscriber count app and a few others, and then I'll get back with you. Alright, now I've got my app set up. Now you can use the buttons on the top of the clock to cycle left and right through the various apps you have set up. And when you use the buttons, The apps that you have set not to display will be displayed, but as soon as you stop using the buttons, the clock will stop displaying the apps you selected it not to display. So here's my YouTube subscriber count, and this was recorded some time ago. As you can see, I only have 4 subscribers. And I've also installed Twitter and a cryptocurrency tracker because I like to see what those are doing right now. You can see there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. One other thing I wanted to mention is that since this is an internet-connected clock, it's available on If This Then That, or IFT. So you can set up triggers and have the clock do various things for various triggers when they're set off, such as changing the clock face for inclement weather. You can also use Alexa or Google and have it change certain functions on the clock when you say a specific phrase. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Now I wanted to start doing these little outro things just to do random thoughts and answer questions if any come up from previous videos. Keep an eye out in these outro videos. You may see footage from future videos, sort of little teasers I'm going to try to throw in there. You also may have noticed that I've started putting background music in these videos. I think it just makes the video a little bit less quiet, and I think that's something that's going to stick from here on out. But again, thanks for watching.